In that sometimes
for the uninitiated, Telemundo is a channel that shows telenovelas.
Yes.
So this is like a soap opera.
It's like a soap opera. This clearly is a soap opera. It's winding down. So let's call Extremadura man from Extremadura man. Bola. When the boy is coming to the player, he's running away. You know what's the game? And shockingly, there's a certain miraculous acrobatism.
Shakira.
Charlie.
No, I like the last two. Give me the conclusion. No.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, Charlie.
My two minus and my hips don't lie.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, Charlie.
Too much.
Oh, too sure.
Perfection. Oh, too sure. You are perfection.
Oh, Charlie. One more line.
Oh, Charlie. I say, oh, my two minus and my hips don't lie.
We were there, then we heard that Côte d'Ivoire have demanded $20,000 before they play the World Cup. So we was like, damn, this is the first time we qualify for World Cup.
So well.
So we did the meeting. I, John Mensah, Stephen Appiah, Bafojan, Sami Kofuo, and the Yusuf Chipsa was accountant, you know. So he was with a pen, you know. We are 5 there. Samoa and the other guys were there. So we was like, come on. So what do? We qualify for first time. We are going to play Italy. Kai, you know, our guys say we can't beat Italy. Come on.
No, Mr. said that Mason son players are cuckoo mama team massa. Players a banner Mason son. Team no shit. Team would you be players in mammy?
Sakim CH.
Where?
Sakim CH.
Aha.
Timo Werner.
What's it?
Timo Werner.
Aha.
Caves.
Why?
Caves. Caves me ya samu. Eze sister sikupulator mo munye bi mo. Sister sikupulator onye bi mo. Eyi amo say Brazil anyway. Ya sign no.
Brazil ni bay.
Omo friend wa say Silva so wa Thiago Silva.
Aha.
Thiago Silva. Eze
me the Felix you na get stand. My stand be say me Adamu. I no go leave my job. Go marry. No, you see, I don't leave my job, go marry.
So you refuse to say they punish them?
They know the punishment. It serves you right. No, not the punishment. See, you choose. You choose love over job. That be exactly what you do. Because see what Richard Atta go do. Football no day. Richard Atta go marry.
Yeah.
So if you be footballer, see, from August 2019 to December 29, we don't play football. You don't marry. We start league after we fall. He said they go marry.
That be the time where money catch.
No. So you choose love over career. And so if today you get your lover, the coach say they give you more time to go chop love. So it's not a big deal. Me, I guess that I thought this matter.
Does Don Botte still want to play football? You are 36 years old.
Forget about the age.
We cannot forget about the age, Don. You are 36.
Yeah, 36. You doubt 36. Inner me, forget about the age. What you want me to come and do for you?
You still think you can perform at the highest level?
Why?
In Ghana?
Yeah. Not in Ghana, sir.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
You train?
Serious.
By yourself?
Always.
Why don't you want to join a club and train?
You see, that's what I'm saying. Them themselves, they don't believe themselves. The coaches don't believe themselves. They are not real coaches. They don't. You have to believe yourself that no, this guy can do it for me. If you believe me, I can do it. But so far as you just relax yourself, no. If I come safe, I won't get that spirit because you don't believe me.
So you think that if a Premier League team were to give you an opportunity to play, you would make an impact?
Ghana, yeah.
Yes.
I can play past all the current players. The current players in Ghana Premier League.
That's a serious statement coming from somebody who hasn't played in almost a year.
You know something? I know myself. That's why I said, if you don't know me, you don't know me.
You see, as for a game, like when you get a chance, every blessed player will decide to score, and then will decide to catch the ball. So when you both decide together, then you miss the chance. I decide differently, and he also decide differently, and our decision was together. That's why he was able to catch the ball. So I think next time I'll raise my head and watch the goal post and put the ball.
You have 3 or 4 phones. What messages have you been receiving?
I haven't even read them because they keep on coming. They keep on coming. I think that I have to turn one of the phone off.
You haven't read any of them? Messages?
No, not at all. Look, they still calling. They still calling. Phones are calling.
Odum has blamed the grass for his defeat. The sun when it came out, the sun when it went down, the rain when it fell, the rain when it didn't fall, the pole because it was too rusty, the net because some part was torn, his opponent because their fans were shouting.
Are you saying that Odum blames everything, the elements,
by himself?
But
It
himself.
is never his fault. In fact, some famous Odum interview, he said that, listen, he said that the team lost because the defenders they were supposed to be playing 3 back. And when they are in transition, they are supposed to go for it, but they were not going for it. And I was telling them, go for it, and they were not minding me. And now I'm very, very disappointed in my place.
You are really wrong for this. You are wrong for this. I haven't said anything. I don't know where that came from. Portable. No, hold on.
I would have said we should play a certain song, but
No.
political
we've not been at the last 3 editions of the Chan tournament. This is a good chance to make up ground for where we've disappointed.
Look, Nketsia, truth be told, if I am in charge of Ghana football, this is one tournament I would take very, very serious. This is one tournament, if I was the one leading the FA, if I was the one in the position of Ketokreku, I would be in Egypt with the boys by now. This is not the Black Stars proper. So I understand why they are not there. The lack of vision, the lack of foresight in trying to build our game domestically is what has always been an issue.
Because they are playing a game tomorrow.
Yeah, they will play against Egypt. I think
Algeria's local side.
And that is a proper,
the host nation.
That's the host nation, a proper game to get our boys to understand what the competition. Because we've not been there for the last 3 editions, if my calculations is right. So I look at what they've done up to now. And let me confess, I'm very happy. I want to congratulate the FA for putting together this level of preparation. I don't remember the last time any of our local national team or our team locally were to go into a major tournament to be given this level.
They went to Egypt almost. They've been there for like almost 10 days.
Exactly, and they've played against the Egypt under 20. They've played against El Ahly. They are going to play against Algeria, I think, Mozambique. These are proper preparatory game towards the main tournament.
And Oka is happy, you can tell.
Yeah, he has to be happy. So there's no excuse. There can't be an excuse because I believe that, yes, our league may not be what it should be, but if we were to assemble like we've done, the best players of Hasselhoff, the best players of Kotoko, the best players of Adriana, best players Accra Great Olympics, best players, I think if we were to put these boys together like we have done, with proper coaching, which I don't doubt we have in Anon Walker and Coach Prosper Ogum, I think we are ready to compete. That is why I wasn't happy. I heard the Bechem goalkeeper and some other goalkeeper were still language here in Ghana. And that will be leaving somewhere.
Yeah, I think the Bechem goalkeeper is going to Tanzania, I believe.
Boy, my goodness. You cannot do that because, look, I believe that if anything were to happen to Dan Ladd, he walks straight into the team as the number 2 goalkeeper. So why is he not with the team? Let's put that aside. Coach Anon Walker and Coach Prosper Ogum, Nati, look, they have long, very difficult tasks in their hands. Look, any tournament we've been to under this current administration, we've chopped last. I have said that this should be Ketokreku's last tournament as FA president.
It's not every tournament. The 2019 was round of 16.
2019.
Yeah.
But
okay, that was normalization committee.
But we won the under 20 AFCON.
Yes.
But they've won. Tracking free and
very, very with the ball. They won that competition.
You see, I remember I spoke against the manner in which we won that tournament.
We still brought the trophy.
And we still brought the trophy. That is why when it now came back to the defense, it was what? Shambolic. But when it comes to our senior national team, the Black Stars, every tournament we've gone to under this current administration, we chop last. We can't chop last in this one.
But it looks like.
Look, we are in the same group with Morocco. That's why I'm happy we will be playing Algeria.
Morocco, Madagascar, and Sudan. That's a tie.
I think we play Sudan first.
Yeah.
We play Madagascar.
We play Madagascar.
That's a very tricky group.
I think on paper that look
like the easiest game we are going to.
If you don't get 3 points, forget.
We finish. If we don't beat them,
forget.
And try and go into the game against Morocco and Sudan, having to at least draw one of those games to qualify, then we should forget about it. So like I was saying, Coach Anon Walker and his technical team, they have to save this administration. This current FA being led by Ketokreku, this is I don't even think this will save them.
No, see, if you win this, you start the year off on a good note. And once you start the year off on a good note, it can bode well for the future.
I'm a buyer.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
I'm not.
Let's stay on
because I'm a fitter world. Women's football. I'm a fitter. We are still on the topic. We are on the topic. No topic. No. Me you topic. It's what I'm trying to say is they have to find a way to get this team either to the semi-finals or to the final of the CHAN.
This is too much.
Too much.
It's too much.
No more. You see, when you say it is too much, but historical,
no, let's not do that. You have come with a positive vibe.
They have to win. They have to get to the semi-finals.
So they'll do well.
Because the last time we were there, look, anytime we've gone to this tournament, the first time we went to the final, isn't it? Under Milo. That way we had the likes of Chastela and Co. I think the next time we didn't do that, when Maximo
2014 went to the
final again in South Africa. So look, we can't go to this tournament and just go and participate and come back home.
We can.
That should not be allowed to happen. So I'm waiting for Anna Walker. I'm waiting for Prosper. I'm waiting for Awaku. I'm waiting for... But you see, I have an issue that I have to address. Look, no more has. I don't know what the problem is. Why?
We'll talk about...
I don't know what the problem was.
We'll talk about Barnie and the so you can...
Yeah,
we'll talk about
that. In the national interest. I don't get it why Moalansa has just gone dead and everything about him. Because the center pair that took this team to the tournament has been tortured. He's been tortured. The most experienced, he's the only person who is very, because he was in the last tournament. The one that Manso could not do, is it the Wafu tournament that we went to the final? As he went there, he was by far our best player. Now he's not there. We can only hope that they will find a proper partner for the house. Even the one has bought from Wafa. What's the name? That is what I want to see. But everything said and done, no more. They have to save the Ketokriku administration. Me and Lakashi this year, Oshikinaba phone. Shikina. Egba. I'm in a great tournament. Amaya. Ketokriku is more.
That's not what we are talking about. The CHAN tournament.
CHAN tournament. No.
Stay on the CHAN.
Stay on the topic.
Don't talk to me about elections. I'm not
saying anything about elections. So don't say this is the tournament. They have to be saved. But as to whether this tournament will be saved, then no, it's another ball game. But look, I am happy for Anna Walker. Maybe because of him. Maybe because of Prosper Ogum. Maybe because we've been led by proper technical men. This team could do something. But me, the minimum expectation I have for these guys, if you've got Awaku, you've got the boy from Legon City, that diminutive boy, Jonah Tukwe, you've got Free Barnie, the poacher, you've got Danlad, you've got
Kofi Koji.
Koji is fine.
Coach nearly endorsed Kofi Koji. Daniel slipped a banana peel and Coach quickly saw it. He quickly saw the banana peel, said, no, I won't fall for this. Let me talk to Pichichi real quick. I'll come to Nathan and Daniel in a bit. You seem skeptical about the team's chance. When coach said this team should be making a semi-final or a final berth, you didn't seem to think so. What are your reasons?
Well, I agree with coach when he says that the team has had one of the best preparations. I think that from their friendly games against the Mountaineers as a lower tier side, Legon City's House of Folk, going to Egypt to play the Alali team, Egypt under 20. I think it has been one of the best preparations that a coach can get ahead of such a competition. But I look at our group again, and I think that realistically, we must all admit that in a group with Morocco, on any African group, you have to give them the credit that they are a powerhouse. Moroccan football has been on their ascendant.
They are the defending champions.
They have one of the best.
At this point, they are winning 360 clubs, women's football, national team, age-restricted national team, local team.
So then you must admit that they are likely to top this group. realistically, because of the quality they bring on board. Now, I think looking at the Sudanese team and the Malagasy, that's why I think that we can try to get a qualification slot ahead of these two. But once again, Sudan is Sudan. Sudan has shown that when it comes to their local team also, they have one of the because their local Chan team is quite similar to their main national team. They tend to have most of their quality from the Al Merrigh, Al Hilal in that setup. So it's like their main team coming again as their Chan team.
And that's a high profile team.
Exactly. So it shows you that we are going to face two teams that are top on the African continent, Sudan and Morocco. Yeah. Then it means that we must play above ourselves. That's why when coach said we must go to the semi-final, I was quite skeptical. I feel that yes, we've not done well in recent times. I remember as it started, the first edition we went to the final, we didn't win. We went out in the group stage, we came back in 2014. But since then, we've gone off. And I keep saying this, that when you go off such a competition and you're coming back again, things might have changed. Yeah. Yes, we've had quite a good core of players too, but I feel that there's been certain in and out of the team that Coach Arno Walker will wish he had his team together more. I think that one of the things that has hindered him is across the folk making demands. Kilaba Mankwa was called by House of Folk. Suraj Seidu was called, but later Arno Walker had to make another demand that he wants the player badly. At the moment,
I think David Abagna could possibly have a big tournament.
He could be. But I think he could have I feel that the opposition we are having in the group is what scares me a lot here. Morocco, Sudan. It will take something more to beat these two teams. And I think that we should just be okay if the team fails at the group stage. I feel that we should be okay if they fail at the group stage and then plan better for the next edition.
There's a lot to talk about. Let me just announce that we'll be signing off at 8 p.m. The president will be addressing the nation, so we'll be signing off. So we are going to cram in as much as we can between now and then. Let's talk about that Barnie transfer. Daniel, let me start with you on that one. It's something that still confuses me. Like, Hearts of Folk, we see pictures 2 days or a day prior that Barnie is in a Zurich jersey. Then Hearts of Folk released a statement saying that Barnie has renewed his contract with the club.
I think it was the same day, actually.
Same day.
Barnie has renewed his contract.
Time span of about 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, he has renewed his contract with the club, but they don't state a duration of this contract renewal. And then in a couple of hours, Zurich announced the transfer officially. They show him being unveiled and whatnot. What are your key takeaways from the Barnier transfer to Zurich, and how Hearts of Folk themselves have handled the entire situation?
Let me start with two. The second part, first of all, Hearts of Folk's PR is not the best. I don't think they were smart enough in how they did this, because trust me, when a team is coming to announce a player, we knew well before that the deal had been concluded at least a couple of days before the announcement, because medicals have to be done. They need to go back and forth on contractual issues before they actually sign the deal and things are done. So we know that was done. And because the player belongs to Hearts, they clearly would have been part of the deal. So you knew that Barnier was going to move. And we also know that because Hearts were part of that transfer deal, it means that the deal between Hearts and Barnier had also been signed before the whole Zurich negotiation. So for me, I think Hearts should have made it clear by December. By the end of, because we knew the guy's contract was ending at the end of the year. So once there was going to be a contract extension, and we know that a contract extension is just for the duration of the Chan. So just announce it. That there has been, you don't need to tell us how long, but at least we should know that something like this has taken place, and then the player continues to do his negotiation with the European team. Then when Zurich comes out and they announces it, we know that it has taken a natural progression. But this whole thing was very confusing. A span of 5 hours. At 2 p.m., Hearts of Folk come and tell us that Barney has signed an extension. Then at 6 p.m., Zurich said they've signed a player. It doesn't happen anyway. So I don't think Hearts of Folk were smart in that. Secondly, also, I feel like this whole Barnier thing, we could all see the progression of the player. And I'm looking at it from a Hearts of Folk point of view. We could all see the progression of the player. From even before the the Chan series started. I think at the start of this season, the light was on Barnie as the star of Hearts of Oak. Even before that, I think when Samobudu was ending his title-winning season, the FA Cup, the light was on him as the star.
Defended the FA Cup.
He was the captain of the under-20 winning team. There was so much around this player that showed that he's a cash-making machine. If you had done your business well, they could have got more money for Barnier.
Who were those running the club at the time? That is why the problem is.
It's okay.
Look,
it's okay.
and you see,
it's okay. It's okay.
What?
It's okay.
No,
I
you see,
beg you.
the fact of the matter is that it's not just a Barnier thing.
Yeah.
We've seen Hearts of Oak do this thing since.
They've lost several players.
Let me just give you a quick reference.
2019,
Fatal Mohammed, the captain, just recently. In fact, I have never heard a player speak so
Just went
emphatically about his team. He says, "Accra Hearts of Oak," and I'm saying that he says, "Accra Hearts of Oak do not understand the business of football." He says there's no other way to put it. That he's played for the club for 10 years, and he has just come to the conclusion that they don't understand how to run football.
So I'll ask. Not me run no club here. Not me if you're day to day.
It's okay. It's okay.
I think it was 2018, 2019 where we drew a list of players who had gone left Hearts for free, and these were top players. You can't do this. You really can't be running a club like this, and it's happened again. And you see, the funny thing is that let's be honest. If Hearts are lucky that the Chan is in January, and Barnier had to belong to a local club in order to be eligible to play that competition, because if that wasn't the case, he would have gone to Zurich.
One seed, you
would have gone to. And how can you possibly lose a player of this like this for free? So look, for Hearts of Oak, they seriously need to get their business in order. But from a Barnier point of view, I think this is a very good deal for him. It's going to be extremely difficult. Let's not lie ourselves. The quality in the Ghana Premier League is very different from what we've seen in Europe. But when you look at the person who is a free Barnier, we look at the opportunities that have been given in the past 2 years, we can see that he's a sort of player who he loves these big occasions. He likes
confidence.
He's confident and he's willing to work to succeed. So for me, look, I wish him all the best. I don't put it past him to succeed in Zurich. But again, he also needs to understand that the favor that comes with playing for Hearts of Oak and the sort of political backing you get when you are playing for Hearts of Oak or Kotoko to belong to the national team is now gone. So for now, it is your numbers,
performances,
and your performance that will speak.
Sure.
You have to, and you see, it is not enough to replicate your performances for Hearts of Oak, because in as much as he was good, his numbers were not compared. They were poor.
I saw his numbers, and I'm like, look, what? 13 goals and 6 assists
for him.
In over
he's a national team performer
in almost 100 games.
So he did very well for the under-20s. He did very well for the Chan team.
Yeah.
But aside that, when it comes to the club football, especially for a forward, the numbers are not they are not the best. But he seriously needs to improve, and that's what I'm saying. He looks like the player, and we've seen him. He's continued to improve ever since we saw him. And I don't put it past him to succeed. Let's do that.
Let me take
the foreign don't come. I'm
say something before. Oh no, I'll give you time. I'm going to squeeze. Nathan, quick thought. Let me just find out from you. Daniel just spoke about Barney. Let me just close out Barney with you. What does he need to add to his game? What does he need to do as at now to make him a product that will not be left on the bench and ignored?
I think the very first bit I will say is that I think now we'll now get to see what exactly Barney is good at. You know, because I think at Hearts of Oak, he was a forward, played wide, played through the middle, scored goals. But I think this is where he'll start to see some proper definition to whatever it is he has as a footballer.
They'll probably fix him into one role and say, this is your role and this is your position.
And I think that he's going to experience a lot of new learning. There's a lot of learning to be done, a lot of adjustments to be made, a lot of acclimatization and all of that, because new country, new culture, new team, new way of doing things, because now you are entering an environment where they are looking at things from a very different perspective. And so he will have to understand that it will not be easy. And like Daniel said, he has to impress. He has to show that he's hungry and eager to work hard. You know, the climb to the top won't be easy. But I'm happy that after all the things he's done, he has this opportunity. It's an opportunity for him to take and make use of, because a lot of Ghanaian players leave Ghana, they get such an opportunity or a similar opportunity, and instead of going forwards, they start falling downwards the ladder. And then next time you hear they are playing Division 5 in some league or Division 3 in Sweden. I mean, why are you playing Division 3 in Sweden? Yes, they may pay you more. But the point is, if you are playing Division 3 in Sweden, there is a problem.
No,
So
and it doesn't matter. Because the handlers of the Black Stars, if you are playing 3rd, 4th division, then
Abachebo. Okay, no problem. So there's a chance.
So they want to go play.
So players like Kwame Kizito, they still have a chance.
And they have a chance.
Okay, no problem. Anyway, so like I said, I wish Barney the very best. He needs to understand that there's a brand new level, a brand new chapter, new things, and he will have to get used to the new things, new dimensions, new ways of measuring, new ways of performance, and he will be tasked heavily. But if you read the statement from FC Zurich, if that's anything to go by, they get the sense they've picked up a player who will still need polishing. They know that, obviously.
And he's 21 years. So
21. So Barney himself will have to understand that there's a period
Charlie,
of...
Is there anything in your throat, Daniel?
I've been claiming.
Okay.
21. He's 21 years, a very young player.
You know, so I'm happy for him. I hope he makes all of us proud. Because at FC Zurich, he's not the first Ghanaian they've had. The most recent Ghanaian was Raphael Dramnine. He did his bits there. So he has a Ghanaian to look up to. And I wish him the very best. I pray he succeeds. Because if it works well for him, it opens the doors for a lot of other players in Ghana who will be looked at and say, okay, Barney made it. So this guy could probably make it too when he comes around.
Well, we have a good crop of Ghanaian players who have been to Switzerland and done well. Atizigi is in Switzerland currently. He's done well. I think Ashimeru was at St. Gallen too.
The one who went to Basel. I think it started like Siam. He went to was it Brickum Chelsea?
Chelsea, yep. We've had a couple of guys. I mean, even in the past, Augustine Ahifo went to Grasshoppers.
Yeah, went to Grasshoppers.
Like way back in the day. I think
so. Ghanaians in the Swiss league is not strange.
It's not new at all. It's not new. So hopefully he does well. The Kasim Nuhu Adams has won the title with Young Boys. He's with FC Basel now.
Boy, no, the House of Folk right back. He was in Switzerland.
Who's Inkum, yes.
Oh yes, FC Basel from Charlie. You know, so people have made a name there. So he should probably go out there and continue. But let's get into don't call me proper. Let's get into it.
Don Dawoso is don't call me time.
One place, May for sale, one ton cheap. Don't call me yo, don't call me. We did loan this player $1,000. Don't call me yo, don't call me. For the striker we can consider. Don't call me yo, don't call me. No they see you use Team Naboka. Don't call me yo.
So goals are Sansa Torres. Now one time she goes a prince of goals. Now on one yard drinks a Tevez. And then your coach one come at home. Don Dawoso.
Don't call me yo, don't call me.
Let's go. It's don't call me time.
Don't call me yo, don't call me.
It's don't call me time.
Don't call me yo, don't call me. Team Naboka. Don't call me yo, don't call me.
It's don't call me time.
Medase. And we start off from the doorsteps of coach's favorite people. What are you doing?
What is? Let me see. I need to get this thing off my chest.
What is on your chest?
Because ever since 28th December,
this guy,
my heart has been in pain. Oh no, it's not about this one. We are tired. We've conquered Europe. We've gone. You can't do anything about it. See, ever since December 28th, 2022, my heart has been bleeding.
Yeah.
Man, you sat there for Eli Klim to go to Liverpool.
Charlie, do you remember? Hold on. Do you remember the declarations that were made here? The signature declaration.
Charlie, let's be normal. Let's say come a page car. Gakpo from Wawajeba, Boli, generally.
Cody Metals.
Look,
you know Cody Metals.
One of our own.
Coach said it was one of your own. He said it was done and dusted.
My player.
What player you know?
Nketsia, Liverpool, and they've won the transfer window.
Really?
This boy. No, the boy is a star. We all saw the World Cup. Or you didn't watch?
Klopp said today he's a joy to watch in training.
He's a star. That boy is a star. Look, left, right. Even World Cup, we saw him playing in the midfield three. Look, He's athletic, physical, left foot, right foot, header.
Oh, he is good.
Yeah.
Look, the boy is good. He's good. He's a proper footballer.
Yeah.
And the numbers too don't lie. You see, he's not one of those players that you can say, oh, he's a pass behind the assist. No. On pop on, you can see that he's playing. And when you finish and you look at the numbers too, you can see 37 million pay.
Glazers say I'm a pay.
Any clean.
Because I'm a hunting man.
I think what came as a shock to me in the Gakpo deal was the price tag.
The price tag.
I thought that was ridiculous.
The money and add it to the cost of the team.
And it looks like Liverpool wrapped up the deal in 1 hour.
Oh yeah, I mean, who rejects as an offer?
37 after this World Cup.
37. No, that's not a lot of money. But for me, two things jump out. One, the power of utilizing players in your team, because central to all of this was Virgil van Dijk.
Yep. Yeah.
Virgil van Dijk had to step in, talk to the player and say, hey.
No, I'm a fan who will pay his card.
It was more his money.
And then the second thing I will say though is that I like it when teams quickly react to situations. For example, Liverpool weeks earlier had discovered that Luis Diaz was going to get injured for an extended period. They looked at themselves and said, okay, Darwin Núñez, he will do well eventually. For now, Charlie Sonway. Quickly, who can we? There's Cody Gakpo. Let's get him. And I like that reaction. I like the fact that teams see a problem. Yeah. We want to solve it. Let's solve it now.
And now, you know what it looks like now? It looks to me like Liverpool could have Diaz, Núñez, Gakpo front three in like the next 3 or 4 years.
Nketsia, that's how big teams think.
Yeah,
but you today, if Rashford gets injured, Langa.
No one swear Glazers say.
Langa.
The Glazers are going. When they go and the people from the government.
But who is Langa?
Oh, Anthony Langa. You don't know him.
Oh, I don't know him. So Gakpo, though, let me just go through some of the numbers. So Gakpo already for this season, he has 9 goals and 12 assists to his name.
He's top scorer
in 14 matches. So that's what he was on. He was leading the league in shots, 51, and key passes, 59. Also winning man of the match in all 7 Eredivisie games he played in.
That is the player. Quality. The Glazers
all this for 37 million.
I was so shocked. I was so shocked.
No, honestly, on the last day of the summer transfer window, when he rejected a move towards the Southampton or Leeds, one of them, so it was supposed to be 25 million.
Yeah.
I thought Man U would think.
Glazers.
I thought they would think that now Liverpool have Charlie. And it's your direct rival.
And now United are here trying to figure out a deal with Atletico Madrid for Joao Felix. I mean, how do United always walk themselves?
Let's all be fair. These things have happened because of the owners of the club.
Fair point.
Let's don't run away from that. Now they've agreed to sell the club. They will sell.
But you see, in the end,
at the end of the there's not
in the end, when it comes down to pure football, nobody will care about all those things.
They're selling. They've not given it. Doesn't mean there wouldn't be any other good player somewhere.
That's true.
But he has gone, so you don't cry about spilled milk. What may you call Nicolaya? What be no more? Get Glazers said here. The next person who is coming.
But when is that?
That's the thing. They've not given a timeline. Oh, they've not given a timeline.
We are here. Let's move it on. So we are all going for me.
Glazers put it on record.
Yeah.
They will not supervise the summer transfer window of United. Period.
Hey, Charlie.
Ni
Abba. Let's get on to some other transfer. Let's go to Chelsea's camp this time. Benoit Badiashile has signed from Monaco, 21-year-old.
7.5-year deal.
Yeah,
That's
very interesting.
But it just tells you that they are thinking long term. I think that some clubs are at a point where whether they like it or not, is a time for a recycle.
Yeah.
Chelsea are at that point. And if you are a club as big as Chelsea or any other big club, the challenge you always face in a window is this. You have to rebuild your team, but you still have to compete. And what do you do? It's always a very complex situation for teams to do.
Hold on though. A few facts from the deal. So 35 million pounds is the transfer fee. Like Nathan said, 7 years. That's very interesting. 21-year-old. He's made 135 appearances for Monaco at age 21. Yeah. And he's been capped twice by France already.
It's
Interesting thing
like
is that
I always say,
he's a lefty.
Like I always say, in France, they don't really care too much about how young or old you are because players come in very early.
Yeah.
Once you have because you are 21, he's already played 100 plus times for Monaco.
Yep.
So that's a player who is trusted, a player who has gone through the system.
This one there is a very solid buy.
And again, like I was saying, I just noticed that Chelsea don't have any lefty in their back ranks. Like he's literally the only one.
It was Malang Sarr.
Yeah, and they had Levi Kowa, but Kowa is on. I think he's on loan at Brighton. So there's nobody who is a lefty in that team.
Cesar, Thiago, Koulibaly, 106 years.
Pension FC.
Pensioners.
Pension FC.
The team itself was formed by pensioners. Go to the history of Chelsea. Pension be a team. He make a yemeni atuna guna meshketa na form Chelsea team.
Don't do this. Don't
Look at that is the history of that team.
Don't do this.
Pensioners team. So if you have Cesar, let's say that you saw Cesar as Liqueta. You saw him.
I saw him.
You saw the way he had opened his mouth, completely gasped, zooming in lot of oxygen just to live with the temple of the game. You saw it.
I saw it.
So they should be buying such players. So as for this signing, it's a very brilliant signing by Chelsea. No two ways about that. And the boy too is a fantastic. You see, he's good in the air. He can pass. He can tackle. He's strong. What else do you want? Even Wapadi Adopene, Apalala, and what he like about him.
Apalala.
Lisandro Martinez. Let you go kuneko. I don't know how Padine to giant name.
But he actually can actually play too, and he
that's what I'm saying.
He can pass. He can long passes. He can
everything is solid.
Very smart player.
So I
actually.
think, look, it is time that they look at that back four and do a proper.
They are.
So and the overhaul with a new manager. Let's also stress
That's no seriously.
overhaul with a new manager.
Hold on.
See,
let me get something right. When I say overhaul with a new manager, you mean Graham Potter being the new manager?
No, he's not.
Or he should go for the overhaul to be done for a new manager.
The overhaul with a new manager. So the manager they have not Citi,
I will not agree. When did he sign the contract?
It's not about when he signed the contract.
See, look, hold on.
Look, I want to talk on behalf of Chelsea fans.
Go ahead.
Every club has their culture.
Every club,
I'll get into it.
Allow you to talk in support of Chelsea supporters.
Why?
Why is Panorama going? He's got nowhere to go.
That's what I agree with you.
He's not going anywhere.
No one can. Look, seriously. Every club has their culture, okay? The culture that Chelsea fans, this winning culture under Abramovich, it was about results.
Exactly.
This whole, you see, and that's why I don't like this whole modern day thinking of time and give him time to implement his thing. You can do that at Everton and West Ham. When you are a manager of a top 6 team, you are expected to win every year. Yep. You are supposed to deliver something.
Finish in the top 4.
In the last 7 years, Liverpool, Klopp has been there. He has won 6 trophies. In the last 7 years, Chelsea have had 5 managers. They've won 6 trophies. The only difference in the Chelsea trophies and Liverpool trophies is 1 Carabao Cup for Liverpool, 1 Europa League for Chelsea. But in everybody's head, Liverpool have been some successful team. But Chelsea is delivering the goods. The tangibles are coming because that's what works for them. Okay? So you can't sack Tuchel and come and replace him with this inexperienced manager who is now going to go on to the bottom and then start afresh. Chelsea is now closer to the relegation zone than the top 4.
Yes.
What is that? It's not even funny again. What is that? This is Chelsea we are talking about. Last year by this time, they were in a Carabao Cup final. Yep. This year, they know that on Sunday, they are out of FA Cup. They are already out of Carabao. They are out of the league. February, the first season, they are out of Champions League.
And you want them to still keep
Conference League. That's the best I'm considering that they will get this season. In fact, they will have to play in that
Chelsea will perform.
whether they like it or not. They will have to play in the Conference League next season. In Lakabo, they are looking at me here. They are here looking at me.
I want us to touch on Joao Felix because there's a tussle going on.
So for me, these things.
Don't do this. The last time you spoke about this, don't do this.
Especially the January transfer window. Your worker leg will almost they don't come to pass.
Bruno Mebeba.
Haaland.
Oh, Haaland. You see, the reason why that boy didn't come to Man U, it's a long story. You and I know.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Joao Felix, look, Nubo.
Let's talk about that. Atletico wants almost what 30 million?
Or 21
million for what? A 2-year loan deal or 3-year loan deal?
6 months.
It's a 6-month loan.
6 months.
Nobody will pay. If we cannot pay, nobody will pay. No, I pay.
No, but why do you want 21 million for a 6-month loan?
That's
deal?
what I'm saying.
You know,
will not pay.
You know, Joao Felix was bought for.
You know how much money?
When Joao Felix was
130
bought,
million
yes, he was the fourth most expensive player in the world at the time.
He scored only 34 goals for them.
Because
he scored more than 34. He's playing for Simeone.
You won't score a lot. And the point is, the relationship between Joao Felix and his people in Atletico, that relationship has deteriorated over time.
Who is his agent?
We need to find out who his agent is.
Is it not?
It's not George Mendes.
George Mendes.
Yeah, I think it's George. The point is that the story says
George Mendes, man.
No, but the story says
you have sacked his most prominent client.
He's the client has even disobeyed him.
I think it's important to note that Ronaldo and Mendes they've been frosty for a while. According to the story, so this Anasa move, Mendes was not part of it.
Yes,
Mendes was not part of it.
Why should you be part? We are going to collect 7 million a month. You shouldn't be part of that. We are 30. Our mates, our pundits and coaches, we are still playing football.
Thank you.
And we are doing 7 million a month. We shouldn't go and take it. So we should go where?
No, he didn't say that.
Pele, when he finished, he went to America. We decided to go to Saudi Arabia. The Saudi
MBS is taking good care
the
of
Saudi league is a professional league.
Please, MBS is taking
every
good care
goal, every one goal in Saudi is equal to one goal in Europe.
Daniel, I say
the goals.
We are happy. We are happy with the Saudi league.
We like it.
We are happy. MBS is taking good care of
us. Segregate the goals he scored in Europe. The goals
you can't do that.
We'll do that.
You can't do that. Let's stay on the beat. Let's talk about Joao Felix. Now,
look,
quick thoughts on that.
Proper footballer. A player who will just fit into the Ten Hag's way of doing things.
But don't United need an out-and-out 9?
Right now, there's the only out-and-out 9 that we want to buy is Osimhen. Napoli will not sell Osimhen. No, boy. Napoli will not sell Osimhen as we speak. So the best player to solve the problems of United is Joao Felix. His technique, his passing ability, his awareness, his goal scoring ability, his creativity.
He's not an out-and-out.
If you look at
the Man United team right now, Joao Felix will struggle.
We will need him.
Somebody will have to do something else.
We will need him.
You have Ericsson. You have this.
If Ten Hag says he needs a player, who am I to say we don't need a player? Meet the coach. Tell him the coach.
Nathan, Joao Felix to United. I mean, how do you feel about that move? Does he even fit, like Daniel says? Does he fit in the team?
First of all, I think the money will be a problem. I don't know.
Oh, there's Cash FC.
United.
This is it.
This is it.
A team that spends 100 million on Anthony. They can't pay 30 million.
They are selling the team. They say they won't pay.
I don't think United would want to splash a lot of money now, especially in a January transfer window. So I feel the money may be a problem. And I think that's the only reason why the deal, if it won't happen, it will be because of money. Not because Joao Felix is a bad player. He is a very good player. He has played against Man United twice in the 2022 calendar year. Scored once in that friendly. Was a big problem.
He scored in the Champions League too.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, the first leg. He scored before the
Langa equalized. So I think United knows Joao Felix. And any good coach knows what qualities Joao Felix has. The challenge is the money. The second issue I have now is, where does he fit? Because I feel that United have a lot of similar type players. So where does he fit? Does he lead the line? What does he do?
But he can do a lot of things, though. He can be a centre forward. He can be a false nine. He can be a left winger.
He can play in the number 10 position.
Yeah.
So I feel, look, his quality is not in doubt.
Yeah.
I don't think the issue about Joao Felix is the fit. I think it's the money, 21 million for a 6-month period, where there's even no obligation to buy that kind of thing.
Let me talk to you about Mudryk. It's also coming up. It's very Arsenal fans have been tearing their hair out all week. Shakhtar say that if Anthony can sign Mudryk, if Anthony can go to United for 90 million, they can also get 85 million for Mudryk. Just quick thoughts on Arsenal. Say they are the crossroads. They don't know if they will pay the money or they shouldn't. The fans say they shouldn't be paying that kind of money. What do you think?
I think with Arsenal team at the moment under Teta, I can say that he has almost what he wants now. A team that plays to his style. Yeah. I think that Mudryk will offer him another option that he wants so badly. As to whether Arsenal will be willing to cover such amount for such a player, I'm not really sure because of what
that would be a big statement signing.
Exactly what Arsenal has done in the past, especially this season when they had to take players from Man City, surplus players from Man City as such. I feel that it would take something more to convince Arsenal owners, to convince Arsenal to spend that money on him. But I feel that whatever happens, the team at the moment looks good. When it comes on, if they're able to spend on him, hooray! But if not, they are still at the right shape.
Daniel, quick thoughts on that Mudryk transfer. Should they pay that money? Is he worth that money, you think?
Look, Nketsia, 5 years ago, asking if a player is worth it or not, we've passed that stage. No, seriously, right now, if you want a player and they quote a price, you know what the player is going to do for you, pay them. If you have it, pay it. Arsenal is a big team. Arsenal has money. If you look at the quality of Mudryk, the skill that he has.
They've spent such amount on Pepe, it didn't work.
It didn't
work. So they must be cautious.
No,
that's what I'm talking about.
See, you must look, Pepe is different from Mudryk. He's different.
The highlights we saw Pepe delivering.
Look, this is my point, Nketsia. Of the players that in the past 1.5 seasons, of the players that Arteta has pinpointed and said he wants, how many of them have come in our field? 0.
Sambi Lokonga
hasn't filled.
He hasn't. He has barely gotten a look in to actually even.
He is not failing. Sambi Lokonga didn't come to be a starter. He didn't come to be a starter.
He's barely played at all.
No, but he's done his part. When he plays in the Europa League, he does well. That's his own. You don't always buy players to come in and start.
That Portuguese.
We've seen Fabio Vieira a few times this season. He's done his part.
He's actually doing well.
He's doing well. When he comes on, he does his part. My point is that Arteta knows what he's doing. And this is a player that he pinpointed.
You have come a long way, pal. Hey, with Ako Nana.
No, but
you have really come a long way.
Fact is fact. 4 years ago, the guy, he wasn't good. That one there is true. The fact that I say somebody is not good and inexperienced doesn't mean he will not grow. He has grown. This thing Arsenal could have been top of the league 2 seasons ago had they gone for an experienced coach.
Quick update. Man United are up in their game.
Anthony. Arsenal should pay the money.
Arsenal should pay that money for Mudryk. That's the bottom line.